Yo, what is groovy? What is good? It's your boy Papa Capes, and we are back with yet another Raid Shadow Legends video. Massive thank you to Raid for sponsoring this video and also for hooking us up with our own link. If you are looking to play Raid or just directly want to support me and support the channel and support what we are building here, please feel free to use my link down below. You will get Tholen off the bat as soon as you start with that link. After that, you will get Ugo. We all know how absolutely amazing she is. After Ugo, you'll get Tagore. And then once you've received Tagore and you continue to level, you will then get Mausoleum Mage. And then currently what I've done is I've started with Raid 7, which gives you Pelops. If you were looking for more of a support to support Tholen, feel free to use code WRATH. That'll give you Grand Oak Padraig, who has that ally attack, which is phenomenal. Now let's hop into today's video. I'm going to be talking about something that I struggled with today, and it's regarding mid-fusion dilemmas. So what I'm going to talk about today is something I realized this morning. I swear, Raid knows exactly how to tempt you in the middle of a fusion. So let's be honest. We're currently going for Masahiro, right? As you guys know, we are currently sitting at 60 out of 100 frags. We have done every single event this far for this fusion, and our plan is to do it without doing the champion chase event, which is possible if my math was mathing correctly. However, if you look at the summon pool that has currently gone active, this presents a dilemma. So if we look at these champs, of course, Claycat and Padraig aren't looking too appealing, but I mean in terms of Palace, Fabian, Hilvi, Venalicia, Mad Hatter, these champs I think are absolutely phenomenal. And if we go down to the epic roster, we've got a Mordecai there, we've got a Creodon, we've got Cornelia, who I also know is really good. We've got Tagore, we've got Ugo, Stag Knight's there, Venomage is there, which would be a +4 Venomage in my account, and Deacon's there. I mean, it's a good summon pool, right? It's a good summon pool. And usually, for me, when a summon pool is live, I do it consistently. And what I mean by when I say I do the Sand Devil turn attack, I get the top reward, which gives me those Prism Crystals. But right now I'm thinking to myself, is it worth it? Right? Is it worth it? And I personally don't think so, but that doesn't make this internal struggle any easier. So if we go check out at Sand Devil, I don't do 16 consistently. I also don't do 15 consistently. So I do 14, right? And if I'm not mistaken, and just from previous times doing this, a super raid in one of these stages will give me, in stage 14, will give me around 70 XP towards the event. So we would need to do about 50 of these, maybe 60 of these. I mean, if we do quick math real quick, let's round it up to 30 energy and let's say 50 battles. That'll be 1,500 energy. Let's half that to add a 25. That's 75. And that'll add another 750. So that is 2,250 energy. That's just quick math. I'm probably wrong. I'm not going to double check my math. But my point is that I would need to dive into at least half of my energy, which I will need for champion training, which I will need for Ice Golem events, which I will need for events that are going to help me progress further into this fusion. And I thought to myself, let me talk about this real quick, because I feel like this is the part of Raid that many people don't talk about enough. It's the internal battle, the internal struggle. Already, as a mid-game player, there's so much going on every time you log onto your account. But now we are hyper-focused on a fusion, which means technically all of this should be noise, right? No, it's appealing, it's attractive, and it makes me want to go for these events. And I know for this exact moment, the little bit of bad influence is just a summon pool. But I mean, there could be a guaranteed champ event in the middle of a fusion that doesn't contribute to the fusion. Not sure if that's ever happened before. I'm just thumb sucking right now. Bear with me. But I mean, the fusion is the priority. We've got limited energy. We've got limited resources. We've got limited gems that slowly but surely grow with the daily gem pass. But I also want these rewards, right? I want these short-term rewards, even though I know RNG is going to play a big role in the summon pool. There's no guarantee that we're going to get a legendary. There's no guarantee that we're going to get a good epic or an epic that we're actually going to want or going to use in our account. It's just there's nothing set in stone that makes this worth it, in my opinion. But the thought still lingers, and I'm almost like fighting with myself to just I try and justify why this could potentially be worth it. But at the end of the day, all this is a short short-term hit of dopamine. And that's taking me away from that more, I'm not going to say long-term, but the longer-term goal of securing the fusion, as then we'd be super excited. We'd be proud. We would have been disciplined. We would have stayed focused on what it is that we wanted to accomplish, and we would have accomplished that, right? But that doesn't mean it completely mitigates what I'm feeling right now in terms of this dilemma. The question is, do I gamble resources now purely to get those 40 prism crystals and potentially get like a Hilvi or a Mad Hatter or a Fabian on my account? I know the answer, but it doesn't make it any easier, right? It doesn't make it easy to say no. Obviously, the other side of that question is, or do I stay disciplined and focus on the fusion? Because as many of you know, and I know, as a mid-game player in Raid that doesn't really spend in the game, it is very, very obvious that we cannot do everything. We cannot do everything, and we need to sacrifice here and there in order to get gains that are actually impactful on our account. So are there any of you guys out there finding yourself in the mid-game of Raid, finding yourself overwhelmed with these decisions that you have to make, these things that might pop up during a fusion, for example? If you're doing the fusion as well and you're like, hey, yo, but I'm so used to always going for these prism crystals to try my luck and see if I get something cool in the summon pool. Do you find yourself there? If so, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know that I am not alone, yo. But let's dial it down a bit. I think it's safe to say, right, that I am going to be sticking to the fusion. Although Mad Hatter looks absolutely juicy, although the possibility of a Fabian or Palace makes me super excited, I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm going to stay focused on the goal that we have set, which is to secure Masahiro and to complete the first fusion on our account. But as we get back into that it doesn't take away from how difficult these things are. Yes, okay, cool. In this fusion today, it's a summon pool. But in future fusions or in past fusions, maybe you dealt with something else that tried to sway your hand and almost encourage you to use resources where you shouldn't be using resources at that moment, right? Maybe there was a different experience that you had while going for a fusion for something that you were doing. Maybe it was a Marius mission that took some resources away from the pre-allocated resources that you had made for the fusion. Maybe it's something else. Please feel free to share that with me down in the comments below. Again, I absolutely love engaging with you guys. I've been loving the stories that you've shared, the experiences that you've shared in the recent video. Some of you have seen how kind of a newer account looks, and we spoke about the ancient shard, and you guys have told me that it looks completely different to what it was from when you started back in the day. I absolutely love that. But what I'm curious to know is, what's the hardest thing for you to ignore during a fusion? Like, we all know FOMO is real. That's partially one of the reasons that I might have gone for this fusion, right? Which isn't the case, because we know it wasn't the case, but it could have been a contributing factor. But we all know FOMO is real. We all know that rewards look juicy. And we all know that the possibility of getting the best reward in whatever it is that might be capturing your eye there and making you think, perhaps I've got enough to maybe do that as well. Tell me about it down in the comments below. Whilst you do that, please remember to like and subscribe. We out here on a journey, and we are building something together. And again, thank you so much to Raid for sponsoring this video and for providing me with my own link. If you are looking to play Raid or just directly want to support me and support the channel and support what we are building here, please feel free to use my link down below. We've got so many people in the clan that started with the new link, so we are out here grateful, humbled to get this link. We have started a new account. I uploaded a video on that yesterday, and I should be updating you on the progress there. Little bit of a spoiler, we've already finished Brutal Campaign, so many of us have started an account with this link. So thank you for those of you that have started with this link. It directly supports me, directly supports the channel. So yeah, good luck to those of you currently working on this fusion. Good luck to those of you who are as tempted as I am to potentially go for other things whilst you're doing a fusion, but you know that your resources won't be happy. So we stay disciplined, we stay strong, we out here stay committed to the goal that you have set within Raid, because I promise you it is going to be worth the wait. The reward in the champion Masahiro, I am hoping, let me not say I promise, I am hoping he's going to be worth it. He looks absolutely solid. Let me call it there. Remember, the most important thing about all of this is that happiness is a choice, kindness is free. Leave your mark, yo. Peace out.